Welcome to this review of Air Canada's international signature class from Montreal to Barcelona on a Boeing 777. We got this business class ticket through an upgrade. Unlike most North American carriers, Air Canada requires its Aeroplan members to bid for upgrades using e-upgrade credits and money. Our upgrade didn't clear early, and the airline switched plane models a few times in the days leading to the flight, so we weren't sure if we would get it. We waited patiently at the gate for upgrades to clear, refreshing the app every minute, as the flight seemed more and more likely to be delayed since another plane was still parked at our gate. Punctuality is not Air Canada's strong suit, so we weren't that surprised about the delay, but their communication was messy and they gave us a new reason for the delay each time they extended it. Luckily for us, our upgrades cleared and we were able to go check out the lounge. Air Canada has 3 lounges at Montreal Airport, one for each area and type of flight: domestic, transporter, meaning flights to the USA, and international. The lounge is located on the 2nd floor. It is large, but it was quite busy. We had trouble finding seats. It has a nice view of the tarmac. A few local dishes were offered, such as poutine and smoked meat sandwich. Other options were very standard for a lounge: rice, chicken, they didn't refill it, and pasta. A few salads and soups. There's beer on tap. And a full bar where I waited about 5 minutes for a drink. There are a few power plugs when they are not torn down. After 2 delays, we eventually walked back to the gate. Ironically, Air Canada sent us a text message while we were boarding to tell us the flight would leave in the past. For this flight, I chose seat 11D. This is what the premium economy cabin looked like. There was ample room to stretch my legs, but there wasn't a lot of room for storage. I had trouble finding where to leave my bag. A pair of noise-canceling headphones was provided, along with an amenity kit.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Canada Member of Alliance Flight 822 to Barcelona.
There was a hidden power outlet and a special plug for airplane headsets, which I'll review later. I had a bit of trouble opening the tray. But I eventually figured out how. Reclining the seat into a bed was very easy. putting the fitting sheet on required a bit more effort. The whole sheet setup experience was quite cumbersome. The results were great. I could recline almost all the way. The seat and the bedding were comfortable, probably more so than other ones I've tried. I wasn't able to get any sleep during the flight though, but that's probably more because there was barely an hour and a half between dinner and breakfast. My feet felt a bit squeezed in there, and I'm not a tall guy. I was able to push my shoes all the way to the back, but then they stayed there when I raised the seat. If you leave things at your feet, you might have a hard time getting them back, as the passenger in front of me found out. Yeah, I also had to contort to grab my stuff. We got a menu shortly after boarding. There was no pre-departure drink. Here is today's menu. I had trouble choosing because everything looked good. The obligatory wet towel. Here is today's first course. Ahi tuna, which was very good, salad, and average bread. The champagne was also pretty good. Yes, I ate it all. I ordered butter chicken as main course. It's hard to recognize what it is on the plate. The rice was a bit dry and the chicken was okay. I'm glad I didn't order the shrimp because it stank up the entire cabin when they started the meal service. I had cheesecake for dessert, which tasted average. For breakfast, I had the parsley omelette and sausage, which was the only option. The croissant wasn't very good. The potatoes tasted good, but they were soft, and the sausage was dry. I couldn't get coffee because the seatbelt sign was on. I eventually tried to use a call button to get the flight attendant's attention, but nobody came. Wi-Fi was available on board. Aeroplan members get free messaging, and you can buy full internet service with money or with points. I'm glad I didn't pay for it because internet service was spotty and messages didn't even work for more than half of the flight. The entertainment selection was good. They had some good new movie releases and local Canadian content that you wouldn't find on many carriers. Everything was quite slow to load. They also had a few games. You can view content in full screen in a small corner of your screen or on the remote control. Speaking of the remote control, it had one function that I really liked. You could play games or watch stuff directly on it. I tried to play a game and it was great, but then I tried to film it and it crashed while loading. Back to the provided headset. I had to try it, and it was pretty bad. The sound quality wasn't better than your average headphones. Also, the 3-prong plug suggests it should be noise cancelling, but it was either broken or just not part of it. Let's finish with the lavatory. Pretty standard, except for the window. At least nobody can see you while you're 30,000 feet in the air. In summary, comfort was good, though I think it really lacked proper stowage at your feet. Everywhere that could have been used to stow things clearly said no stowing. Food was not the best. Wine was good though. Service was excellent, except for the call button. Yes, I did get my coffee in the end if you want to know. Entertainment was good. I appreciated that I could watch stuff on the remote, but internet service barely worked. Thanks for watching, and as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe.